Yo everybody, it's Coach Matt and I'm here to talk to you today about what we're doing inside the gym and what we're doing outside of the gym and how that affects your physical body composition, but also helps you reach your goals. Okay, so let's talk about the acronym NEAT, and that stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. This could be the key for you to sustainable body composition changes, aka losing weight and keeping it off and having a change in what you physically look like. I think everybody knows, it's been put in front of us a bunch, that the world is probably at a very unhealthy state, probably one of the most unhealthy states that we've ever been in. People are fatter than ever, and I hate to use that term so bluntly, but it is what it is. Especially in America, we have a very obese population. But we're not the only ones in the world that way. A study from Great Britain showed that since 1980, obesity rates over there have doubled. Now, I won't get into all of the things about food and things like that, our intake. Most of it's relatively the same for most of us. So we'll leave that out of this discussion for today. So to really dive into this, we got to talk about metabolism and its four main parts. Your metabolism is essentially what your body burns off through activity. So how energy is taken into your body and used. So the first component of your metabolism is your basal metabolic rate. And what that is the energy that your body consumes, how many calories your body consumes just for normal function without activity, without exercise. So think about things like breathing, things like your heart beating, things like sneezing. That's all going to be basal metabolic rate. Just being alive, how many calories you consume to sustain life. Next one would be the thermal effect of food. And what that is the energy consumed by your body taking in and digesting food. So it's the process through what we take food in and use it and convert it into energy. Number 3 is exercise activity thermogenesis. So it's just what it is. It's calories consumed and energy burned off from exercising. I'm going to stop at that point for a second. Most people believe that just adding that activity in, well, it is healthy and that's what we need to make a lot of progress in our goals. But that's not the only thing that we should be thinking about. That shouldn't be the only time we're moving for the best results, the best success. And that's the fourth component. That's where NEAT comes in. That's non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So these are the activities that we're doing: walking, fidgeting, typing, cooking, climbing upstairs, all the things that aren't technically exercise, but get our body moving. Might be walking the dog, might be working in the yard, things like that. That's all going to be activity that contributes to our energy expenditure. So surprisingly, NEAT is the most variable part of our metabolism. It really depends on person to person, and it could even depend on day to day. So some people might be as low as 15% of their energy expenditure, where other people might be 50%. So if you think of somebody that is like a laborer that has to move heavy rocks all day for their job, things like that, they're probably going to have more NEAT in their life than somebody who works at a desk job. So think about it this way. Studies have shown that a standard desk job while somebody is sitting burns about 260 calories for that activity, for that NEAT activity per day. Where if they just change that to standing, that bumps that calorie expenditure over 850 calories per day. So if you think about it, somebody that might have a more strenuous job where they're on their feet a little bit more is more likely, if they couple that with exercise, to have better results. Now, it doesn't mean if you have a desk job or if you have to drive places for work that you can't get that activity in. There's plenty of ways that we can add that in. So we'll dig back a little bit. So think about the last 100 years. We've created a lot of modern conveniences like cars, dishwashers, clothes washers, tools, things that have made our lives much easier in one way, but also took away from our energy expenditure. The good thing is that NEAT is not genetic. It's very much influenced by our daily choices and activity. So here's an example. Pretend that we have two twins that 6 months ago decided to start coming to the gym and follow the exact same exercise and nutrition plan. The difference is what they're doing outside of the gym. So twin number 1 takes the stairs every day at work and uses a standing desk, while twin number 2 takes the elevator and sits down at their desk all day. Twin number 1 loses 25 pounds. Twin number 2 loses 7 pounds. Now that's just an example, but you can see how that non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT, makes a big difference in your day-to-day life and can affect your overall fitness. All right, so here's the big question. How can we increase that level of activity in our daily life? Well, if you're sedentary or have a job that requires you to do a lot of sitting, start small. Start by standing up a little bit more. Use a standing desk if you can, or just stand at your desk if you're able to. Take short breaks, take short walks, increase your steps gradually over the course of a few weeks. You're gonna start to increase the level of activity and your caloric burn. Find an activity that you can do with a loved one. That might be playing outside with your kids when normally you're playing video games. That might be walking the dog as a family. So your bonus is that you're gonna get quality time with a loved one if you try to include them in that activity. If you're somebody who has to drive a lot for work, try to take some pit stops, build it into your commute time. Take a rest stop, walk for 10 minutes, stand, stretch, do some mobility. Your body will thank you for it later. Now, for my fellow coaches out there, if you want to help your clients in this way, it's pretty easy to do. First, meet them where they are. Ask them to start tracking their steps per day with like an activity tracker, like a watch or a phone. If they're only doing like 2,500 steps a day, don't make them do 10,000 steps a day. Gradually increase that. Ask for 4,000 steps per day. Just like anything else, follow a linear progression to get them where they want to be. And they'll start to notice, you'll start to notice the big differences in their activity and their composition. Remember that every little bit of movement counts. So let's get those of you that need this NEAT, this non-exercise activity thermogenesis, get it into your life, and then watch your results change. It's going to take some time, just like anything, but the more you do, the better off you're going to be, the better results you're going to start seeing out of everything. Now, if you're struggling here, if you need help, if you need advice, if you just want a sounding board to let go of some of the things that you need to based on these things, if you need to talk about your job and where you can build this into your day, talk to me. Look up one of the coaches. We're all here for you. We're all here to help you add things into your life that aren't already there that can help you be better. All right? We'll see you soon. Take care.